Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we are diving into a story that is just wild. It stretches all the way from the divine to the mortal, a journey that starts with a cosmic trial and ends with a very, very human heartbreak.
So it really all boils down to this one question. How does something so powerful, an ancient dragon spirit, end up as a human? And let me tell you, this isn't your everyday reincarnation. We're talking cosmic trials, unbelievable power, and a miracle that is going to completely change one family's life forever. So how does it all go down? Let's get into it.
All right, so our story doesn't even begin on Earth. We have to start in the celestial realm, with a trial so incredibly dangerous it could mean total annihilation. This is it, the final test for a dragon spirit that's been honing its power for centuries.
Now this gate, the Dragon Welcoming Gate, is fascinating. It's not just a test, it's also a kind of cosmic security system. If you're worthy, hey, it's your gateway to a higher existence. But if you're an evil spirit trying to escape into the human world, it's a death sentence. The stakes really, really could not be any higher.
And this is what shows the sheer courage needed. To pass this test, the powerful dragon spirit has to change itself into something impossibly fragile, a single, shimmering thread. Can you even imagine that? You're facing down two blades the size of actual mountains, and you're thinner than a strand of silk. One tiny mistake, 1 second of hesitation, and you're just gone.
So, after the dragon spirit makes it through, its mentor, the fire dragon immortal, does something that shows you the kind of power we are dealing with here. He doesn't just put a lock on the dragon's old home. No, he casts a spell, literally lifts an entire mountain and just drops it into the Fulong Abyss. He turns a 10,000-foot deep chasm into a shallow little shoal in a matter of seconds. I mean, that's just an insane level of power.
So, the celestial test is done, the immortal is now holding this dragon soul, and it's ready for the next step, rebirth. And this is where the story shifts, big time. We zoom out from that epic, cosmic scale, all the way down to the quiet, mortal world.
And he finds the perfect person, a young woman named Hu Suchun. What makes her so special is her filial piety, this incredibly deep cultural virtue of respect and devotion to her parents. In fact, she's sworn she'll never marry just so she can care for them. And the immortal sees this pure virtue, this goodness, and knows she's the one. She is the perfect foundation for this new life.
And so, holding the dragon's soul as a pearl, the immortal gives his command. He makes it clear this isn't going to be a normal conception. It's going to be a miraculous event, a divine act that places the spirit directly into her womb. It's all about preserving its pure, special origin.
And then, in an instant, it happens. The pearl becomes a bolt of golden lightning. There's a clap of thunder from a clear sky, and this beam of light flies right into Shu Shun's mouth, and she faints. And as she's lying there unconscious, the immortal whispers her new destiny to her. She's going to carry this divine child.
But here's the thing. A miracle in the eyes of a god is a straight-up scandal in the eyes of a village. And that divine gift, it very quickly becomes a very painful, very human burden for poor Shu Chun.
You have to imagine, she is fighting a war inside her own head. On one hand, she knows this incredible truth. This is a miracle child, a gift that will let her give her parents a grandchild. But on the other hand, in the real world, she's an unmarried pregnant woman. And that means shame, gossip, whispers. And her truth is so fantastic, who would ever believe her?
And the way the source material puts it is just so powerful. It says the weight of this secret, the constant fear and worry, was so heavy that her heart was almost crushed to pieces. You can just feel the raw anxiety in that line.
And from there, the crisis just gets worse. As her body changes, her whole world shrinks. The stress literally makes her sick. She gets thin and weak. Now her parents, they trust her, but they are deeply, deeply worried. The whispers in the village get louder and meaner. And eventually, Su Chun just can't take it anymore. She becomes a prisoner in her own house, too ashamed to face anyone.
So when the day finally comes for the baby to be born, it is crystal clear this is not going to be a normal birth. The miracle that started all this is about to end with something even more bizarre, even more shocking. The very first sign that something is terribly wrong is the pain itself. During labor, you feel downward pressure. But Shu Chun is feeling the complete opposite. The baby seems to be pushing upwards, towards her chest. It's a medical impossibility, and her family is terrified.
And right at this peak of desperation, this strange figure just appears. A limping, dark-clothed Taoist nun, walking through town shouting that she specializes in receiving strange births. It's like destiny itself just sent her knocking at their door in their most desperate moment. What happens next is just beyond belief. Let's just walk through this. First, Shushan screams and spits out a tiny golden ball of flesh. Then, the nun calmly sprays it with water, and it swells up to 10 times its size. Then, with a sound like a crack of thunder, the ball splits open, and from inside, a perfect baby girl jumps out, holding a tiny, shining pearl in her mouth, the very last piece of her dragon soul. It's just unbelievable.
So, years go by. The child born from this insane miracle grows up. But as we're about to see, even a divine gift is no match for the cruelty of the human world.
The child's name is Failong, which means flying dragon, and she is every bit as special as her birth, a true prodigy. By the time she's 10, she's brilliant, she's kind, and she's more skilled than all of her peers. She is the model student in every single way.
But her excellence creates a pretty big divide. While her teacher is praising her for having, both excellent character and learning, her classmates just see a reason to be jealous. Her amazing gifts don't win her friends, they make her a target.
And then one day, that jealousy just boils over into pure cruelty. A classmate, angry that she won't help him cheat, just throws the ugliest insult he can think of at her, attacking the very secret of her birth and her mother's honor. And this brilliant, special child, born from a celestial dragon soul, is just shattered by these very human words. She runs home, completely heartbroken, and just collapses. And the pain is so deep she refuses to even explain what happened, vowing she will never, ever go back to that school. And that leaves us with this final, really poignant question. A divine child has been broken by the world she was born into. A virtuous mother's great sacrifice has now become the source of her daughter's deepest pain. So after all of this, facing this profound humiliation, what will become of their fate? We're left to wonder about that. Thanks for joining us.